Welcome back, amiibros and amigas, to my channel. We have a brand new Nintendo DIY. It feels so good to say that. I know it's been a while, but this Nintendo DIY is super easy. Of course, all materials are down below in the description, including a free printout sheet that you can do at home so you can follow the instructions in this video step by step. Once again, all materials are down below in the description, including the cardstock and once more the printout sheet so you can follow the directions in this video. Before we begin, please make sure that you subscribe, like this video, and comment down below if I should make another character into origami. And let me know if you also pre-ordered Paper Mario the Origami King. If you haven't pre-ordered that, I will have a link to Amazon down below in the description, including all the materials and the free printout. Okay, so let's jump right in. So right now I have the body and the bottom of the dress. What I really want you to pay attention to is the folds in the paper. Feel free to pause the video at any time if needed. As you can see, the body has 3 folds, including the front of the dress. Later on, you'll be sliding the body into the dress, and when it comes to Princess Peach, I wanted her to be sturdy and 3-dimensional. I did not want her to be flat. So that is why we're going to be working with very tedious instructions. I won't say that it's easy, but I don't think it's really that hard. Down below, I will list an Exacto, a cutting board, and scissors, just in case if you don't have those items at home. The next part is, of course, the back of the dress. We are actually just gathering the base of Princess Peach and then working up to those fine details. Keep in mind all the folds on every single part in this video, since the free printout down below in the description does not have the fold instructions. So if need be, please pause this video until you're ready to move on to the next set of instructions. I really did try to make this pattern as accurate as possible, so if you need to trim anything, please feel free to do so. Once in a while during this video, definitely try to fit all the pieces together and make sure that everything is proportional. One thing that always helps me, whether or not it's a Nintendo DIY or any crafts in general, is reference pictures. If you need about 50 pictures just to make sure Princess Peach is as accurate as possible, please cover your entire desktop, because I basically do that every single time I'm making any Nintendo DIY. If you need help folding any of the creases, I actually use the corner of a desk to help me out. Once you've folded all the pink parts, it's time to move on to the dark pink, and you'll be applying that to the pink dress already. So if you have your glue, go ahead and glue those pieces on. Again, pause this video if need be. The parts that you'll be folding on the pink maroon parts is, of course, the detailing on the side of the dress and the trim at the bottom. Fold those accordingly like you see in the video. So once again, if you need to pause this video or if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Like any and all Nintendo DIYs on my channel, everything is completely up to you. This is how I wanted to do Princess Peach. I really did try to make this as accurate as possible, but if you want to change anything, please feel free to do so. This pattern is just for you, to help you out in your journey. If you have a better way of making Princess Peach, let me know on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Send me any art-related pictures and I'll share it with the community. So when it comes to recording, it's really hard for me to go back and forth to my computer, so I didn't have any reference pictures in front of me, although I did have Princess Peach above, as you can see. I was so engrossed with putting Princess Peach together that I really didn't double check my work. When I glued the hands on, I actually took them off and then had to reposition them because they weren't accurate. So instead of placing it crease on crease, make sure that the arms are actually flaring out at the bottom. Even I make mistakes, so just to make sure that you make that adjustment, you don't want that square body shape. Throughout the video, I make sure to take my time when it comes to gluing because gluing is so finalized. So before you glue anything, make sure it's exactly how you want it to look. Now when it comes to the gems on Princess Peach, you actually are working with a perfect square. You're going to take those 3 squares and you're going to fold them into a paper kite. Of course, it's going to have a horizontal and vertical fold. Make sure that each point matches up. I really did try to make this as 3D as possible. So we're not going to leave this gem the way it is. After making tiny kites, you're basically going to take that kite and you're going to pinch it on each side. so it creates a raised gem. If you need to, please feel free to pause this video. If you are completely lost, comment down below if you have any questions, or you can message me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So here is a close-up of those gems and how to make them three-dimensional. Keep in mind, you'll be doing this for all 3 blue pieces, including Princess Peach's hair. She has 2 giant yellow diamonds on the side. Again, reference pictures are your best friend. So my diamonds, I don't think turned out as good as I wanted them to, just because my nails really did get in the way. So if you need help, definitely ask your mom, dad, older sister, or older brother for this part. So the blue diamonds that are in the free pattern down below in the description are actually a lot bigger than what they need to be. So you will definitely need to trim this down. Take your time on this part and make sure that it's a perfect square. If done right, you should have a raised point in the middle of the diamond and it's ready to be glued on. The only parts that should be glued on right now is of course 1 blue diamond on the body and then all the dark pink parts that belong on Princess Peach's dress. Once again, I really wanted this craft to be durable and I wanted it to last for a really long time, hopefully before the game releases July 17th. In order to make it really durable, I had to have pieces slide in and of course other pieces folded, because it actually adds durability and it reinforces that part as well. So that's why this tutorial is pretty tedious, but I hope that it comes out perfect for you. If it does, please share this Nintendo DIY with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hashtag it Princess Peach Origami, and I will share it with everyone in the community. Luckily, the hair is actually really long and it'll cover the ugly back, so don't worry if the back is looking really horrendous. I promise you the long hair is going to cover that. Once again, I already glued on the arms and it is wrong, so do not glue it the way this looks because it's wrong. The arms should once again flare out towards the bottom of the dress. Now it's time to actually add her head, and luckily it also slides in. I know her head looks really big, but allowing for the head to be big actually stabilizes all the other parts, including her hair. So don't worry, her forehead is not going to be this big. Take those extra 2 blue gems and glue them halfway towards the bottom of her face. Then grab her long blonde hair, and it's time to actually glue that as well. Make sure that the crease on the blonde hair is facing away from you. We're really trying to create that 3-dimensional look when it comes to these paper crafts. I know this is not traditional origami. I really wanted to find a middle ground. I didn't want to make one that was completely flat and just was basically parts that you glue together. I wanted to make this a little challenging, but I didn't want to make this too hard so none of you guys end up with your own Princess Peach. We are so close to the end of this video. Once again, if you make this Nintendo DIY or any Nintendo DIY, please share it with me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I would love to share it with all the Amiibros and Amigals. I'll also be having merchandise coming out very, very soon, so please take this time to subscribe to my channel. It would truly mean the absolute world for me, and it allows me to continue to make Nintendo DIYs, nerd DIYs, and of course stream and all this other good stuff. So please take the time to subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so we're doing basically what we did with the blue gems, but this time it is the giant squares, and you have 2 of them. They each will lay on the side of her face. So all you're doing is making a kite. The points should match up and you should have 2 folds, 1 horizontal and 1 vertical. After you've pinched them and made that 3D effect, go ahead and glue them right above the blue gems. The easiest part is coming up, which of course is the crown. It is really easy. It's completely flat as well. The 2 parts of the crown will be glued at the top of her head. The most important part of the crown is the back plate, and that has to be placed as accurately as possible. So take your time on this, and then of course when you're ready, grab the front and glue that on as well. Once again, all materials are down below in the description. However, keep in mind the glue that I'm using is not the right glue. So any Elmer's glue will do. Any paper craft glue is perfect. I just happen to have this fabric glue available to me in quarantine, but I will list all the materials down below in the description. So the next part is completely optional. The pattern for her bangs are pretty big. It's folded twice, so vertical and horizontally. The thing is, you can actually just cut it in half so you don't have to fold it horizontally, totally up to you. The reason I did this is because I wanted the crease to really show, and I wanted her bangs to be really sturdy as well. Totally up to you again. Let me know what you've decided down below in the comments. So this is the most important part, and it's the last part, so it makes it even more stressful. But placing the eyes is so important. You have to make sure that it is proportional. It looks exactly like the picture. If it's off, even just a little bit, it'll mess up the entire look. So make sure you take your time. Okay guys, so here's my secret tip for this Nintendo DIY. Grab your white paint and with a very thin brush, apply that to the creases of every fold. You want to make sure that your brush is actually dry. You don't want the water content to be too much, otherwise it's going to bleed onto the rest of the paper. So once again, you're dry brushing this on the creases. In the trailer for Paper Mario, when it comes to the graphics, you can actually see the highlights on the creases, and it's like a pure white. So by doing this, we're kind of cheating, but it does highlight the folds really well. Alright guys, we are done for this Nintendo DIY. Let me know in the comments down below if you had a really fun time making Origami Princess Peach. Let me know if you've also pre-ordered Paper Mario, the Origami King, down below in the comments. If you haven't, I have all the Amazon links down below in the description. Make sure you check out my social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. More importantly, if you haven't done so, don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time.